The National Assembly Joint Committee is holding a town hall meeting on electoral reform in Abuja.
Also, number 6, we have to address the ambiguous complexities and inadequacies of the electoral legal framework. Also, the voter identity management. INEC should undertake a comprehensive audit of the voter register to eliminate duplications, multiple registrants, and ineligible voters, and enhance the credibility of the voter register. To audit process. The audit process should be subjected to a public scrutiny to improve its transparency. And the National Assembly should amend the electoral legal framework to enable INEC to produce the voter register from the National Identity Database compiled by the National Identity Management Commission, NIMC. This will reduce the cost of elections. It will facilitate the regular updates to the register and foster harmonization of the national database. With the successful introduction of the BVAS that stores biometric information of voters, INEC should abolish the use of permanent voters card and adopt the use of other legally acceptable means of identification for voter verification, such as driver's license, international passports, national identity card, among others. The next, raising the quality of political engagement and candidates selection. Political parties should eliminate the use of tactical and covert strategies of undermining the consequences of women, youth, and PWDs as candidates during primaries. And lastly, should boost voter turnout. Voting at elections is a constitutional right for citizens to participate in decision-making that affects their lives, society, and future generations. Therefore, a minimum benchmark for voter turnout should be included in the Constitution before an election can be considered legitimate or conclusive. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tallman. We appreciate you. I Lead Africa, you're next. I Lead Africa. 5 minutes. Please, as usual, skip protocol and then move on with your presentation. But let me just quickly welcome Honorable David Abefuo, as a member of the House of Representatives, is here with us. Please, a warm round of applause for him.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Yusuf Leon, representing I Lead Africa. I Lead Africa is a youth-focused organization that focuses on empowering young people and marginalized community. We leverage on digital technology to promote youth participation in politics and democratic processes. And that's why our recommendation will focus on the concern of young people. Earlier, before the 2023 general election, Young Africa released a report that assessed the youth candidacy between the 2019 election and this just concluded election. And from this report, it is so disheartening that we have a decline of 6%, which is against the 34% that we have in 2023 of youth candidacy. We have 34% in 2019 of youth candidacy. And in this just concluded election, we have only 28.6%. That's a very bad situation in youth constituents. And one of the reasons of the Yaga Africa from this Friday is the high cost of the nomination of political party, from the political party rather. The high cost of nomination from the political party have been one of the strongest blockage for the youth participation in politics, most especially for young people that want to go into the conventional politics. And we have some of the recommendations I'll be presenting. One of it is we need a very strong policy that's going to make it mandatory for all the political parties in Nigeria to have a quota for the youth candidates, or to have a percentage that's going to the youth constituency, that even if you don't have the money to buy it, or if the party are able to meet up with that percent, they won't be able to participate in the election. And another one that relates to that is a recommendation that there's a need for us to look at the political campaign finance. The political campaign finance has been a very strong way the political, or let me use the word, a big politician used to intimidate the young ones that want to participate in the election. Because they know we only have the voice, we know have the power, and we have what it takes. But when it comes to the financial aspect, we are incapacitated, and they are using this to marginalize the young people. Another one I would recommend is there's a need for us to build the capacity of young people beyond giving them the access to participate online. We need to include the young people from all the policy making processes. That's why I'm giving a recommendation to the committee that put this together, and the Agile Africa for their support and inclusion of young people in this important event. So I won't like to take much of our time, but I would like to conclude this. The Not Too Young to Run bill in 2018 has been a very great and pride of the young people. But unfortunately, there's one blockage that limits the young people to participate in the conventional politics, which is the issue of finance. And I always suggest that there's a need for us to push forward another policy that I call not too poor to run. When young people and other citizens that don't have, without the classic of where you belong to, without your financial status, you will boldly come out and contest in the election. And that is going to make our democracy to be beautiful when all the citizens, they have the privilege and the opportunity to participate. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you, and thank you very much indeed. Thank you all. You've been so very wonderful and awesome. Action Democratic Party, I think, is the next that we have online for their presentation. Action Democratic Party. Can we please give them a round of applause as he makes his way here? I recognize the presence of Honorable Logun Wasil, former member Ibeju Lekki Federal Constituency of Lagos State in the Third Republic. He's here with us. One round of applause for him, please. 5 minutes.
Thank you.
Please just mention your name.
My name is Dr. Alex Mayanga. I'm the National Organizing Secretary of Action Democratic Party. Before I make this singular point, I want to give a theoretical background to what I want to say. Before 1855, there was a word called band, B-A-N-D. And after 1855, the word wagon was added, and it became bandwagon. There's also this theoretical concept of herd mentality or mentality. Herd mentality means that where a group or a single individual is going, there's a tendency for others to follow. And that's why when you see a herd of cattle, you see one moving in front, others will follow. And now brings me to the issue of election structure in Nigeria. And it is our desire that that structure should be changed and that is we should conduct election from bottom up, not from up down. Meaning, at the state level, if there is going to be an election, let it start with the councillors. Let it move up to the chairman. And at the national level, let it start, from the bottom, to the top. Because when the head of the cattle is moving, there is that tendency for others to follow. And so, let us not start from the presidency. Thank you very much.
I want to believe that he has spoken your mind to some extent. If he has, so please let's give him another round of applause, please. The President of the Senate, ably represented. Speaker, House of Representatives, ably represented. Chairman, Senate Committee on Electoral Reform, and your counterpart from the House of Representatives, honorable members, are very great resource persons, great Nigerian citizens, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We want to make this last segment very interactive, and I'll be asking a question from my end, and we are allotting just 1 minute for responses from all of you, or as many as would like to respond to the question that we're going to raise from here. And the question is very simple. What is the one reform you would like to see in our electoral process going forward? The one reform. So we have microphones, roving microphones, 2 gentlemen. Okay, gentleman and a lady, hold on. We're going to respond, but please like an assurance that you're going to spend just 1 minute in responding. Straight to the point. The man here, you're standing very close to the man. Please tell us your name and where you're from. Quickly.
What I want to say in the reform is to look at the appointment of INEC heads, chairman and rep. I don't support that INEC chairman should not be appointed by the president, but the INEC chairman should not come from the same zone as the president. And also, if there can be a review on the appointment of rep, President Electoral Commissioner, that you should not be appointed by the president, but you should be from the INEC system in the civil service. So that is the reform I think can be done going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. Please take the mic from him. The man from Immigrations, representing the Controller General of Immigrations. Would you like to say something? Please.
Thank you very much. I was in another program for Yaga Africa last week where I mentioned the PVC that was seized from foreigners in Nigeria. I would like to reiterate it here that the Nigerian Immigration Service has been working very hard to dissuade foreign elements from voting. As we all know, by electoral law, the non-Nigerians can neither vote or be voted for. So maybe when the electoral law is being reviewed, we should maybe make a law on that, because there is no clear law dissuading, the punishment, let me put it that way.
Okay.
Debarring them from voting. Thank you.
All right. We're taking these randomly, so can we bring the microphone to the front row? The man with the Brother Johnson's hairstyle.
My name is a very good afternoon to everyone. My name is Honorable Lucky Ehisobina. I'm the humanitarian aspirant for the 2024 elections. Now, I want to say this very clearly. I would want to see a reform in the manner at which any litigation immediately after any electoral contest, all litigations should be concluded before the swearing in of any perceived winner in any electoral arrangement. It is very, very pertinent. Reason because the moment he or she enjoys the term of office while in office, the resources at his disposal will be used to manipulate the process to his advantage in any litigation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yes, the man behind him. Don't worry, I'm coming to you, sir. I'll come to
to address the issue of unbundling INEC?
No, sir. That was not my question. You are expected to respond to the question I threw at all of us. The question is, what is the one reform you would like to see in our electoral process going forward?
But the only reform I would want to say is that INEC should be excused from the responsibility of registering people. NIS should take over that, so as to reduce the cost of INEC also.
Thank you very much. Please, there's a lady there who must be gender sensitive.
Thank you very much for the opportunity. I'm Naomi F.I. Benjamin, the country lead Adedugba initiative. To avoid underage voting in some parts of Nigeria, the birth certificate should be shown as a proof before registering any person, individual. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, please hold on to that. Where's the lady here? Can you bring the microphone to the middle row, directly behind our TAP Foundation, J.K. Belly, just directly behind him. Yes, the two of you will speak.
Good afternoon.
Your name?
My name is Mr. Chidi Onduku.
Yes, your response to the question.
Okay. Please, regarding the appointment of INEC chairman, I would like a position where it will be advertised.
And people
Then
file applications.
the people will now respond to that advertisement. Then the panel will set up to do the selection.
Thank you.
Then another thing,
One.
in direct primary from the political parties as against
Indirect. Thank you.
Somebody will use money to
We understand that. Okay, you have said direct as against indirect primaries. Yes, the lady sitting next to him, please. I'll come to you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Leslie Amadoma. Well, one of the reforms I would like to see, particularly, is about building curiosity in the mind of the secondary school students. Because most of the time, I'm not encouraging them to vote in place. Most of the time, when they are 18 or 17, and these people are not well orientated about their voters' rights, future studies is not doing enough. They need to be well orientated so that when they come 17, 18, they will be very sure of their rights and responsibility as well as election process.
Thank you very much. Please pick the microphone from her and bring it over here. I'll come to you, don't worry, sirs. Please, just bear with me. Come here. On the front row, we have 3 hands. 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Good afternoon. My name is Adebola.
What is the one reform that you would like to see in our electoral process going forward?
One of the reforms I would like to see in the area of electoral cost. For example, I'm a former House of Assembly aspirant. And the cost, we say citizens have the right to contest. Now, if someone is willing to contest as how, and he cannot fund even just mere party nomination form, then there's no sincerity in it. Let's manage the cost effect of the electoral process.
Thank you.
And at INEC level.
Thank you very much. Pass it to the next person. I'll come to you. Those of you at the back, just be patient with me.
My name is Ogichko. I'm from United States. I think INEC must not wait for candidates and political parties to protest, to show the whole world that INEC is denying them the CTC of the result they announced. I want the electoral reform to capture maybe 3 days, 4 days after the result is announced. INEC should make available all the necessary documents for candidates and political parties to proceed.
Thank you. I'll say to the next person. We'll come back to you, sir.
My name is Josephine Adebola. I work with Action in Nigeria. I'd like to see in the reform where it is clearly stated sanctions for perpetrators of electoral crimes, tough sanctions that would curb the impunity at which these people perpetrate these crimes. And I also would like to to see the reform clearly written in a very layman term that anybody who picks it up would understand the content in that document.
Thank you. And this very last one.
Thank you very much. My name is Monday. I represent CISLAC. I would like to start by a quote by Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, where he said that societies that succeed are societies that uphold principles of integrity. Those that don't succeed are doomed to stagnation and catastrophic collapse. So I think it's important that not only INEC, that Nigerians as a whole should reform their hearts and minds. We should reform our hearts and minds in terms of upholding the principles of integrity and principles of sincerity and honesty. That's the only way, because these are universal principles that will bring us the needed.
1 minute, 1 minute. We have a few more to go. Please bring the microphone. Give to the man whose hand is up on the phone next to you, and then the man Beniak. That's my brother and friend. Okay, fine. He picks the next, and then there's a young man waving both hands at the back. Let's take the three there, and then we'll take three here and take three here, and we'll move on like that quickly. Please your name and then go straight to the point. What reforms would you like to see in our electoral process going forward? Quickly, 1 minute.
My name is Ifeanyi Eze, and I work with FIDA Nigeria. The one reform I want to see is an inclusive voter system that involves persons with disabilities, gender, that's women, participation in politics, and the youth. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The man on the second row.
Good afternoon. My name is Beniak, I work with Channels Television. All elections petitions to be concluded before swearing in. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The young man at the rear. Please, we'll take it in batches and segments, so go ahead.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Honorable for Joshua. I'm from the Local Government of Ogun State. And what we actually trying to bring is that the Electoral Reform Committee should try as much as possible even to scrutinize the INEC itself, so that they can be able to actually give us a very sounding and justifiable result at the end of the day. And secondly, the youth should be given priority in all ways, because the way we are being treated is uncalled for.
Thank you.
So please, thank you.
1 minute. Response, one sentence will just do. Please turn the mic. I like to be very gender sensitive. The lady with the heart.
Thank you very much. Very sweet. My name is Madam Capital. That's my political name because, I didn't want to show you my face yet. But I would love for them to scrap, the paper voting. I think there's a lot of, very bad indiscrepancies with that. If we can use like Tom prints in the U.S., it can give you like a system in the U.S. where you print, your name shows on paper, you vote for your candidate, and it goes straight into the cloud, the server, the file. So we've completely eliminated voter buying, and we've completely eliminated rigging or ballot snatching.